Okay, I got the Tarsacci here with the new 12-inch coil. I'm just going to do a couple little test garden tests with it. Maybe let you look at it a little bit, but it's a very strong coil. It's epoxy filled, even the support arms. And I mean, it's about the same thickness as the stock coil. The ears are a little thicker, as you can see here. But they're actually pretty good bit thicker than the stock coil ears. But it's epoxy filled, and you can't twist this coil. I mean, if you grab it on, say, that corner and this corner up here, you can't. I mean, it's just like a solid piece of, wood or something. You will not twist it, so it doesn't flex. I can't find it to be flexing anyway. Versus some of the other bigger coils where you try to, they will flex on you a little bit. But the weight of it, I don't know the exact weight, but you can see they mounted it sort of toward the center. Here, the weight, I mean, it's heavier than the stock coil, but then again, the stock coil's not heavy, so this one, it's according on where you put your, I'm in the third hole back. I'm about 6'1", so I'm in the third hole back, so, and I could get it out a couple of feet in front of my shoe at that range. So that's about where I use the other coil, and I think I use the other coil in the third hole too. So if you went out to the second hole or third hole, you would get some nose heaviness, but you'd have to be 6'4", 6'5", or something, and then your mechanics would change anyway. But just swinging it, no, it feels good. It doesn't have a coil cover on it, so I mean, a coil cover would probably add more weight, but with a coil like this, I don't think you'd ever need a coil cover anyway. But it'd take you, the metal detector be wore out and gone before the coil wore out. So anyway, let me turn it on. And that's going to let you hear my 10-inch dime. I'm in 9 kilohertz. I've got my salt set about 30 here in this dirt. This is 5 bar dirt on it, like a F75 or a T2. And I got my threshold on 0 and my sensitivity on 9. And I mean, it's running stable. Actually, I think it's a little more stable than my stock coil. Especially on 9 kilohertz here in the yard, it's usually a little more jumpy. And I like to run mine in mixed mode. Everybody's got their own preference, but I like mixed mode for getting more target info. I got the black sand off, tracking's off. I'm on -30 on the discrimination, so we'll hear everything. And I'll do a quick ground grab so we can see we're balanced good. And here's my 9-inch dime. And there's up about 3 or 4 inches above it. What I noticed is with this coil over the stock coil on, like, say that, oh sorry, that's a 10-inch dime. I should have said 9, that's a 10-inch dime. What I noticed, the stock coil versus this coil on like that target, my stock coil hits that target, but it doesn't have it as much of a good slap to it as my ID is it's anywhere from the low 20s to the mid 20s. That's all 27 just then. And my stock coil on that dime is always around 29. So that's something to keep in mind. This is actually getting a better look at it as far as the visual ID. So I could try another frequency too. That's a 9. Let me go up to just 18. And now my ground bounce is off, so now we're bounced. Didn't change it a whole lot. I think the 9 was hitting it better. Let me try it on 6.4. Redo my ground bounce. See how them lower frequencies, which that's a dime, that's a high conductor, so them lower frequencies really start slapping it good. So that's pretty telling that the frequency shift does actually change the frequency. And I've got a 2-foot cache of coins over here. I think I got a video somewhere where I buried it a few years back. But what it is a quart mason jar full of zinc pennies. They're filled all the way to the top of zinc pennies. No lid. I just wanted it to be representative of the coins, you know. And I used the jar just to sort of hold them in a bundle down there. But the top of the jar is at 2 foot from the surface. So you've got, I don't know how many pennies are in a quart, you know. They're all zincs, you know, upper mid conductor. But they're 2 foot down. And I lost this cache for a long time and I couldn't find it, but I'll let you hear the Tarsacci on it. Let me get the ground bounce. There we go. A piece of iron right there. Let's see. There it is. That's 2 foot down. And I'll let you hear it in, that's 6.4. We'll go all the way up to 18 just to give you a reference on it. And it still hits pretty dang good. That's a huge target down there, but it's hard to hear. I mean, you can see that dirt, how red it is. And the target ID, about 23, sometimes 17. But that'd be something I would surely dig. I'll let you hear it. Let's see, an all metal. Where you go now? You hear it down there? I can pick it up. Probably 8 inches. And let me see. Let me try just a regular disc mode. High tone. Every once in a while we drop down to that mid tone. That's probably when the 17's flashing up there. Okay.